So when I capture a landscape, I'm not interested in the accuracy of it, how it looks optically. I'm interested in what happens when it resonates with a human. My name is Brendan George Coe. I graduated in 2010 from the photography program at OCAD. I'm a visual storyteller working in photo, video, sound installation. I grew up in a small Navajo town in the Navajo Nation in New Mexico. That is often where I say I became an artist, because you would hear the stories from the kupuna, the elders, and they would just talk about what their ancestors saw in the landscape. It was so indexical, like this sense of memory to the landscape, that it could not be separated. My favorite project that I've ever worked on was Moemoeā, the Renaissance to traditional voyaging. I showed up to a public outreach day in Lahaina where a bunch of the voyagers were just giving a seminar. I came, talked to them, and they're like, oh, you should come tomorrow and volunteer. And then I kept on showing up every day to the point where I became a crew member on the voyaging canoes, and I documented all of it as the documentarian on the canoe. And then in 2017, Vogue approached me being like, we want you to do a story in Hawaii. I'm like, sure, like I have something I'm sitting on right now. And they took so much convincing, but I was like, I'm gonna go shoot this anyways. And then I just handed it off to them, and it ended up being a huge success. And that's what helped me launch my career as like a commissioned photographer. I love the fact that I got to show something that was very intimate from a very like internal perspective instead of being an outsider. For the 4 years I was at OCAD, I took it as a rite of passage. It gave me 4 years to not have to focus on making money and surviving. I took it so serious that I would do summer school in between years so that I could clear up my schedule and just focus on making art. Towards my last 2 years at OCAD, I had cleared up enough of my electives that I could apply for self-direct studies. And that is where I strive. Like, to me, I didn't have to contain myself within the parameters of an assignment. I could self-direct and really focus on what I really wanted to express. For me, it really was when I left OCAD. I was still very much interested in making art and found like what was drawing me to continue my career, and that became my voice.